Yeah, because the review probably wouldn't be good so far.
Yeah, at least there's cords, there's inputs, there's crazy shit.
It looks impressive. Lots of knobs and lights and mics and stuff.
When it pops in your fucking face.
Yeah.
But anyway, all getting shit aside, welcome to episode 73. We got Fert the Foodie sitting in
73.
Yeah, we've been plugging and cranking. So we'll get all to our sponsors, Sacred Leaf. We appreciate everything you do. Party Rockerz ICT, get with them on all of your party needs. And they're even doing private shows now, so check out the shows they're doing at Jerry's. They got a Halloween show coming up. They got a little bit of everything going on. So check out Odell's. Give us the address for Odell's. Could you always remember it?
911 East Morris.
Yeah, 911 East Morris, right down the street from.
Yep, I'll never forget that address.
Another place that we love. Wichita by EB, we appreciate everything that you do.
What up, Eddie?
Yeah, we love you, Eddie.
Yeah, buddy.
We got Kirby's, like as always, so make sure. We got a little cool thing coming up, and we're going to get into it maybe into this episode a little bit. We got a little bit of a band coming in to play at Kirby's, and we're going to do a little something with them before they play Kirby's.
Oh, yeah. Just tease that, because that's not real yet.
Yeah.
That's not real yet.
That's why it's just a little tease.
Yeah, just a little, this might happen, I don't know.
We'll know more after tomorrow. But, and another thing with ICT Fest, get ready for that. That's coming up.
Year number 2.
That's coming up fast and furious, and we want to thank Matt and Teresa for all that.
Roger Day Productions.
Thank you for always remembering that. And we'll be there at least one day, maybe if there's multiple sites, we'll be at a couple places. So check out the Aaron Austin booth coming up at ICT Fest for the second year in a row.
Coming out the booth.
So let's hit the fucking graphic and get into this episode.
Cha.
Back from the graphic, no fucking giant heads this week. We talked about Mario. We kind of. What's funny is when I talked to Eddie and he wanted to come in and meet us, and he was, and I knew of you and him, and there's a couple other ones that I'll fuck up the name if I try to.
There's like Jack Stacks, and
there's like
you guys had Lynn on here and didn't even talk about his food blog.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I looked into that afterwards, and I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck! I didn't even think about that." But but I was under the impression for some reason because Eddie didn't want to do the show because he kind of wanted to keep his.
Yeah, he's always been the anonymous.
Keep himself anonymous. So for my dumb brain went, okay, well that's probably like an industry standard. Like most of you guys don't want to come on and do the show. Yeah. And I was really glad that you hit me up and it's like, hey, man, I'd like to come do it. And I was like, fuck yeah, because I love the review shows. Like so, the review shows are really fun. I love the review blogs, whether they're TikToks, whether they're videos, whether they're written, whatever they are. Like especially when you're in a local town like this where the fucking food and shit changes like the wind.
Well, and Wichita has a huge food thing. Like,
it does, man.
This is a national test market for food, and so it's like to have competent food bloggers out there that helps a lot.
So we have Jeremy Fertner, and as Fert the Foodie. So everybody, that's how the Fert the Foodie came about. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how that kind of all came. And we realized today that me and this man went to high school together.
Northwest Grizzlies.
Yeah, a couple of Grizzlies graduated. He's 1 year younger than me, so. Cheers to that. And he brought us some great fucking whiskey.
Dude, it's really tasty, actually.
Fuck yes. So how'd the Fert the Foodie come about? Tell us kind of a little of the backstory.
Okay, so I've always been just a huge food person. Like even growing up, I was the kid that like ate the weird stuff like octopus, and
you were willing to try anything.
At least try it.
Oh yeah, I love everything, you know. And I also probably set some records at some buffets when I was growing up and everything.
Oh yeah, what was your go-to like thing you could kill?
I think I had the record at Hometown Buffet that used to be on Central.
I remember Hometown Buffet.
Dude,
West Central.
I really miss that place. I really miss that because me and you are West Siders, so like I really miss that place. Is fucking breakfast. If you wanted a breakfast buffet that you could kill yourself,
that was actually like the best.
Water. Like I hate Golden Corral, so it's like
something about Golden Corral just not right.
I'd give anything to have Hometown Buffet.
Right? And as we're on the buffet, and let's even dive into a little bit of the buffet topic. I mean, because buffets, even in the Asian cuisine, are few and far between these days.
COVID killed buffets.
Way downhill.
Yeah,
I remember when some of them had like crab legs.
Oh, dude!
And it's like,
well, I tell you, our mutual friend, me and DJ Panda, Tony Vu, would shout out to Tony. We'd be sitting at a couple of the one out that used to be at Piccadilly Square was like World's Buffet.
Oh yeah.
And then there was China Star that was at Central and 235.
Yep.
And then there was the Buffet City that was down at West. And I think Buffet City's still the only one of those that's still, or maybe
no,
China
Star's
And
still there.
Is it still? I see it. I see it every week because I drive by there.
My
But
eating mouth.
Garbage.
yeah, but I see that it's there every week, but I can't tell if it's still open.
It's like they just gave up and they still kept running it, but they kind of gave up.
It's almost like, do they sell blow out of the basement of that joint and like it's just a cover? Like, how did some of those restaurants stay open for 400 years?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because they can't be making no fucking money at that place anymore.
I used to get those peach buns at China Star.
But what he's right about is you used to be able to go in there and eat crab legs until your fucking heart would blow up.
Man, COVID I think killed a lot of the buffets.
It
man.
did.
Like after COVID, you don't see water fountains and you don't see buffets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
basically
like
the water fountains have been converted into fill your bottles up.
Yeah.
I'm fucking okay with that though.
I'm totally okay with that. I always
That's
thought
one
water
thing I'm okay with.
fountains
But
should-
buffets, I'm a little sad about.
I know.
I'm a big guy. I love buffets. I ain't gonna
So
lie.
Doodah does a Sunday brunch.
They used to. They stopped it for a while.
Did they really?
Did they really?
because-
Oh man.
That was a bad motherfucker though.
Because
But
the
yeah, that
food
was
prices got so high that they were.
Oh, they couldn't
They
waste.
had food waste. So
Yeah, that's the problem.
that
That's
sucks.
another problem with buffets. Like,
But I was going to say that they did it right because you ordered. You know, like
Oh,
it was
some
it
of
was
the
all,
stuff,
it was still all you
yeah.
could eat, but you
yeah,
ordered
but it wasn't all made to order. They had a lot of stuff sitting out, and then
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
those big salmons don't get ate,
that's
and
what
some of
he's saying.
shit. Yeah, like that's a lot of waste.
and they make everything from scratch.
They-
everything.
Well, in their buffet or like brunch buffet was a great idea because that place you really can't go for seconds and thirds too much. Like everything they make there is thick.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's rich, it's hearty, it's
It
like
is.
real food.
yeah, I always
you know?
get the home run where it's like 4 different.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, I've had the home
Yeah.
run there for sure before too. It wasn't that I touched it. I think it's because you touched it.
We're just getting too loud.
Yeah, we're just getting too excited about food. It's three big guys talking about
Austin's
food.
clipping. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, I'll clip about food all fucking week long. So before we interrupted you too much about buffets, so how'd the Fert the Foodie come about? All that should come into it.
Okay, so I've always been into food, like I said, and I was doing the same kind of thing on my regular page, and my friends were just like, "You just need to start an actual page."
Yeah, just block that shit.
And everybody that knows me. I've always been Fert. You know, that's my nickname. You don't get to pick your own nickname. This is
Right.
No, especially when it's like related to your name. Like,
Yeah.
when it's like an extension of your own personal name. Yeah, you're stuck with that
Well, I
shit.
used to live with 2 Jeremiahs, so it's Jeremy, Jeremiah, and Jeremiah. So it would be by our last name, kind of, Fert,
yeah.
Shep for Shepherd, and Wilson.
Oh, you lived with Jeremiah Shepherd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him too. So.
No, I helped him open the 42 degrees below.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'll bet.
Nice. Great establishment for a while.
Good people.
Yeah, for sure. So they were like, just start doing a blog.
Yeah. My friends were like, you just need to start a page, and I had my one buddy that does graphic design make me a, label or whatever, and
So now we started. When was this? How old were you when you started trying to do this?
the blog started a little over 5 years ago. 5 years ago in April.
So what were you doing before that? Just your regular
Just
day
on my
job?
Well, this is just a hobby. Eating's a hobby to me. Everybody's got, they spend their money on cars or
Yeah, whatever it is.
guns or
I find it keeps me
Music.
alive. It's more than a hobby.
musicians.
It's like,
I'm sure you
Yeah, but you
spend
can
money
eat.
on your
Yeah, but
musical equipment.
oh god, they do. Jesus.
I spend my
unreal.
money on food. I eat. That's my hobby. I love eating.
oh yeah, I get it.
So was there like a? So we're gonna start doing a blog. How do you get into it? What's the first restaurant you pick? How do you start picking the places, and how does it all go?
So what really kind of helped me out in the beginning was Eddie. I ended up tracking down who he was. It's really not that hard if you really.
No, not really,
try.
but he does kind of try to keep it
No,
anonymous.
he does, but I tracked him down, and we ran into a restaurant together, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about starting this blog, and he gave me a bunch of tips. He's mentored me from the beginning.
And kudos to Eddie for that. We'll take a quick second
Such
to
a
give
good-
him a shout out.
Yeah, he's
Anybody that does the same thing and somebody approaches you to do the same thing and you're not an ass about it.
oh no, he's always been
I
so
love
cool
that.
about including all the different bloggers and creating this no competition kind of.
And that's how it should be. That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
Because we're all in it for kind of the same thing. I mean,
And not everybody's opinion is the same. So like Eddie's opinion and your opinion and another guy's opinion could work for whoever goes to those restaurants. Some people love places that I hate and vice versa.
Yeah,
So
some people still eat at El Mexico.
dude, hey man, Hey,
I don't know why.
you can say you can say what you want about El Mexico, but if you want a good fried flour taco, they still got a good one. So fuck off.
I doubt that.
Villar's does too. Both those places.
Yeah.
Well, that's the families. They
make a good fried flour taco.
They're the same kind of family, but
El
same
Mexico,
recipes
though, and ever since it's been.
Well, I thought that one family still owned it because doesn't the I can't remember.
How do you get meat that fine? Like they ground it, and then ground it again, and then ground it again.
Well, then they look at it real mean too until it breaks apart.
I just can't do it. It's got the texture of cat food, and I'm just fucking out of there, man. I can't.
So, as a food critic, is there anything that you just absolutely hate as a food? Is there like some on your no-fly? Is there some ingredients on your no-fly list?
There's a few things I don't like, but there's nothing I won't eat. There's nothing I won't try.
Yeah.
I will try it all. I mean,
so what's a couple of your dislikes? What's a couple because to me, pickles, which don't exist.
Pickles,
I don't like cucumbers,
fresh tomatoes. I'm
not a fan of the texture of tomatoes either.
Yeah,
and mustard's not my favorite. But
vinegar, really, I'm kind of.
I'm on chips, salt, chips and malt vinegar on fish and chips. I'm okay with, but that's about it.
I'm out.
I don't care for cottage cheese.
Really?
Oh, well, yeah.
I like cottage cheese.
I'll eat it. It's not like I won't eat it.
It's not complete trash. But
I remember being a kid and I put pepper all over my cottage cheese.
You put salt and pepper. Put salt and pepper on that shit. There's some things that the seasoning makes it more.
And then there's those
my
assholes.
wife will sit there and eat potato chips right in front, and I'm just like,
we eat cottage cheese with potato chips.
Yeah.
Me too, dude. I'll use that shit as a dip all day long, dude. Me and your wife got that job. Would definitely do that.
And then there's those people that put pineapple in it.
Oh wow!
I never even heard of that. No.
See, to me, like pineapple's another one of those things like pickles. You just eat those by themselves. They don't belong on nothing.
Yeah, pineapples is good, but like they don't go with a whole lot of things. Ham, all right, they go pretty good with ham, but like I'm not.
Al Pastor.
Yeah.
El Fagon.
Well, pork still.
Oh, and I will give a shout out to the freaking J. Ellis Kitchen. His tacos with pineapple.
That pineapple salsa thing he did. That was pretty good.
Yeah, you got to give him a hell of a shout out for that. So when you started about this about 5 years ago, how long before you started getting traction with the restaurants and they kind of knew who you were and would like help you as far as, because it's nice when, actually, let me back up. So when you go into a restaurant, even now, 5 years in, do you come in like, I'm Fert the Foodie, and how do you do that? Like, do you call ahead of time to review places?
No. Now, I know I've become friends with some of the owners over this time.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So there's especially some places I go into, and it's like, cheers, everybody knows your name.
Yeah, exactly.
In other ones, they don't have a clue, I mean, a lot of the time, they don't know who I am. And I'm not one to shy away from who I am, I almost thought about wearing a mask to this thing, but
yeah, we talked about that right before. We talked about that right.
Like, are we gonna have to pixelate his face?
I use my regular profile when I share into the food and booze group and everything, so it's not like I hide who I am. I stand behind my word. When I say it, it is what it is. I'm not. Yeah. I don't have an agenda. That's the thing about a lot of these people. One of the
who specifically? No, I'm just joking.
Well, I'll tell you. So EB was positive motivation, right?
Yeah.
Negative motivation was Denise Neal, because I thought she was a horrible food critic myself. I thought she was more of a journalist.
I will agree.
Well, and
she really
I will just say background of a journalist.
Well, I maybe say not a horrible food critic, but someone with an agenda, like you're saying.
Yeah,
so
like you'll see somebody with a bunch of expensive ads in the paper, and then you'll see her do a post on the place.
Yeah, and like
saying how great it was and all this stuff, and it's like,
and no real details either. You know what I mean? It wasn't like your guys, like you, especially you and Eddie's. Like it's like, here's what I got, here's what I ordered, here's kind of a breakdown of what it was. Maybe I'll give this place another chance. But like, it was not. It's not a superficial like fucking breakdown of the food that you're seeing.
So that's interesting. Okay, like what points do you do your review on? If I was to go in, I'd be like, okay, so I come in, first impressions, now service, you know what I mean? I'm being seated in a timely manner.
I usually never touch on that.
Like service is okay.
I usually only
the food.
Yeah. Food.
I usually strictly talk about the food. Now, sometimes the service is just so amazing where it's like, man, they were
or it's
nice.
so bad.
Or so shit.
Yeah, or so shit.
But most of the time, I don't care about the service. I don't care about I've been in some real rat holes of places that serve the best food in town, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's like I don't care about environment and all that stuff.
Oh, I'm an experienced dude.
I care about the food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, how often do you get to like tour kitchens and stuff, or is it all just basically as a customer? Are you trying to do it all as an anonymous customer?
No, sometimes, like I said, I've become friends with some people, and they'll invite me to something, or hey, I'm testing out new menu items. I need you to come help me.
Yeah, come check it out.
That's badass. See, we got
like,
see where
the perks are amazing. You know what I mean? And I always joke that the whole end game to this is I'll never be served a bad meal in town.
Well, yeah, that'd be the idea, right?
Nobody wants to serve Fert the Foodie a bad meal.
Right?
But that's also
that's why it's almost like show who you are. So now when I walk in, make sure I get the best meal.
Yeah, it's like I want to be like the health inspector when he comes in. It's like, it's Fert the Foodie.
Yeah.
Shit.
Everybody shape up.
It reminds me of that fucking Bob's Burgers episode where the guy's got the blue hanky and it's like, oh shit, blue hanky.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's a cool gig to get into. So when you started writing, so you were just like, I'm going to focus on the food from the first jump, and I kind of like that. Like, so, I mean, you're going to get good service and bad service at every restaurant, day in and day out. It's kind of like how you just catch them.
That depends. Yeah,
yeah.
It depends on so many factors.
It's a new, I just started today. Today's my first day. I hear that a lot. You'd be surprised. I hear that a lot.
Oh, I bet you do. Just please don't. Well, I mean, that's got to be like I bet that's said in maybe the restaurant industry more than any other industry.
Yeah, the turnover rate, I'm sure, is just ridiculous. And I know people that like, oh, weren't you working at that place last week? Oh, yeah. And then the next week, oh, now I'm here, and it's like, it's the same with bartenders. It's the same way, I'll know a bartender that has worked at every bar in town,
Most of them. I mean, most of them.
But you start wondering, like, okay, why the shift? You know what I mean? Yeah, like what did you do?
Well, if you've worked at every bar in town in the same year, then we know.
Right. Yeah. Right.
then we knows.
Yeah, it's probably not them.
So when you go to first start into writing a blog, like, what do you do? Like, is it just strictly a Facebook blog, or do you?
So yeah, I've stuck to Facebook because although Eddie makes money through like Google and stuff like that for his website visits, ad visits, and Facebook's always been free. I don't have to pay for that,
hey man, brother.
I've never had to pay for anything.
Yeah, we've never paid a fucking dime for anything.
So,
either.
And I like to keep mine nice and short because a lot of people, I hate to say it, are lazy, and they hate to click on links.
A lot of people aren't readers. I mean,
and so it's nice just to have the nice
picture.
You, you get the food porn picture, you get the nice little write up that's easy to read, and then you keep scrolling. Because I'm the same way. I read something real quick, scroll on, read something real quick, scroll on.
Well, in any review process or any writing process, especially when you're in a scrolling platform, like especially like Facebook, like you got a fucking paragraph to get me. You got to really hit me with a good, decent picture and a paragraph. And what's nice is you and Eddie kind of keep it going, like because there's always constantly like, hey, there's that new restaurant that opened here, and there's that new restaurant that opens there. Yeah. Okay, so that leads me into my next question. When you hear that a new restaurant opens and you're a critic, and I meant to ask Eddie this when he was here, even though we didn't get him on the show. I always wonder, do you go the first couple of weeks, or do you
let it settle down?
I try to, especially nowadays when there's so many food bloggers out there. Yeah. Like, if you're not first, you're last to me.
So you got to go and hit it when it's open.
Yeah, because then your post is the one that goes.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
So you guys are so when a restaurant opens, it's just a line of bloggers sitting out there.
Sometimes it is. You'd be surprised how many people I run into doing that do.
So as a person that I do want that total package, I want that whole experience. I usually let that place sit for like a month before I go.
Well, maybe you do. Maybe that's why I want them
to work out.
That's why I was wondering. Do you go? Okay, what's that place that just opened out west by us? That chicken place in the old Waltz Sports, Angry Chicken or Chicken Licking or Suck My Chicken.
The Sticky Birds. I've not been there yet. I when it comes to chains, it usually takes me. Yeah, a lot more to like build up the motivation to go, because I'm like more.
That's what's funny though, is people don't know it's a chain.
So you do try to stick to more of the local joints in most of yours.
Yeah, because the chains to me come and go. I mean, I don't.
Especially when they're like whack ones, like what's that one that's by us that keeps fucking up? The Hurricane joint. Is that place even still open?
Oh, see, I like Hurricane.
Really?
Yeah, it's locally owned actually.
Really, there is no such thing as a chain if we really want to get into it. And all the McDonald's are locally owned.
That's true. Yeah, like franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all locally owned by somebody that lives around here. But
yeah, those are also recipes and food supply chains.
But it's still a locally owned restaurant by a guy that lives in Wichita and pays taxes here.
That doesn't matter if your food is the same box of food this guy in Maryland gets.
But when it comes to openings, usually, in my experience, the food's the best. And like when I went to the Walk-Ons, I got invited to their pre-opening thing.
Where was that? What was that?
The Walk-Ons.
I never heard of that.
It's the Cajun Sports Bar that opened at New Market Square.
Oh, well, shit.
It's a Cajun place?
It's a chain, yeah.
Oh, really?
But,
I didn't even hear about it.
But I got invited to the pre-open. Well, they make sure, all the corporate people are in town, and they make sure everything's...
Their asses to the fire on that at the beginning.
Yeah. And then after that, that's when it slips off. And
yeah, the kitchen gets a little dirty.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and almost for me, it'd be like show up early and then come back in a month and see what it looks like again, too.
Yeah, I always give them like a month just to work out their bugs.
I kind of always thought that, too.
But obviously, what I get at a month
obviously we're dipshits.
How it's going to be. and if it's bad, I know it's bad. I'm not going to go back.
Some places are so impressive that first time that like I want to hurry back.
Yeah.
I want like the Forge. It took me a week. And I know you guys had.
Yeah. I eat there quite a bit still.
Yeah,
they're actually a pest control customer of mine. Shout out to the Forge.
It literally took a week after their opening, and I was like, I got to go back there because
they're
I
fucking
try more things.
They're fucking.
Yeah,
I don't do that. They don't have to change. They don't have to do nothing for me to keep them crab cakes. I eat them crab cakes every fucking time I go in there.
Those are amazing.
See, I like the beef carpaccio.
That's we got to try a little bit of that. John actually tried it. Actually had that, which was really nice.
Yeah.
They don't do. I mean, for a little kitchen, because I actually knew Mike Farhall, the owner of Taco Dishica, that was in that place before. I went to he went to high school with us. We went to school with all the Farhalls. So that's a really small little kitchen. They do some fabulous shit out of that place in the back of the Forge.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it really is. So shout out to David because we love your place, and you can drink an old boot. When you go there, you can drink a whole leather boot. Have you had that? The leather neck?
Yeah, no, that's like his signature cocktail.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it literally is
with the leather bitters or whatever.
Yeah, well, he's like infused some shit in old leather boots that he
boils a piece of leather.
Yeah, it's from some like his grandpa's old boot.
Oh God.
So what's your favorite taste in cuisines? I know you have to keep your palate really wide, but like what is your like? This is my shit. For me, it's always been like crab legs and seafood, like lobster tails. And shit.
In Kansas, that sucks for you.
I know, right?
Probably surf and turf. Yeah, that's like I always joke on my regular page, like all throughout the years, on how your memories pop up on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Well, like there's not a day that goes by that a steak and lobster post does not pop up on my memory.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I bet you have like the most mouth. He probably has the most mouth-watering memories. He's like,
when I cook at home, it's 9 times out of 10 it's steak and lobster.
Man, all right. So I go to this place called.
Me and you are the same brother. Same dude.
I go to this place in Fort Smith, Arkansas called R.L. Landry's, and they get you a fillet with it's basically like etouffee, but it's like a whole seafood combo etouffee. It's not just like crawfish etouffee. It's like this whole seafood yumminess on top of
amazing.
that. That's how I prefer my surf and turf.
I just want
in a nice cream sauce, like dark roux, like.
Bam. You can't fuck up seafood for me, especially if
I'm into it.
I want to go because I want to go to that buffet that's like $100 and it's like $100 like every hour and a half or some shit in Vegas because it's got like those giant snow crabs and all the I mean like the buffet's like. All the yeah, that's dude. Let me sit there.
We're back to talking about buffets.
Yeah, but I mean, because
be buffet, bro.
But it might be like Vegas might be the only spot that buffets are still around.
Yeah, because the casino here cut theirs out.
You might be right.
Yeah, because actually that casino, the
Kansas
casino
started.
Yeah, they used to have
that was a good one.
That was not a bad buffet actually.
They got rid of it.
The steakhouse down there is actually really.
Oh yeah.
Really pretty.
The head
fire.
chef, she's awesome, Jen.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, casinos usually give you some pretty decent food, believe it or not. I've actually traveled out to casinos and not gambled and hated both of those places. I'm not a gambler. I don't know about you guys, but
I'm a musician. I ain't got money for the game.
My money. Should I work too hard for my money to be throwing it away?
I will if I'm there, but I don't go out of my way to go there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't excite me. Like I will, like I'll throw $100 down some machines or something. But like, I'm not like, I can't wait to go gambling next. I mean, and if you got a gambling problem, I think there's a number out there for you. So,
but it's usually food that would get me out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've got out there for the buffet.
Maybe I'll gamble a little bit on the side.
So, well, that's why they knew how to hook us.
So, as a food blogger, how do you feel about bad reviews? I know a lot of people.
Yeah, and I just saw
very
you
much
make a post about it.
I responded to his post.
To me, I with Eddie, he does a lot more than just food. He does
Eddie at 6, and he does all kinds of goofy shit.
Announcement post. I don't do announcement post. I post about my food experiences, and it's crazy that I have 22,000 followers on Facebook just from posting about my food.
That's awesome, though. That's
I think it's because it's your no nonsense way about it. There's a lot of people that like that, like tell me about it. You're like, there's no.
And I asked that question knowing a little bit, all right, knowing that I've seen some bad reviews come across you.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And that to me just makes you more honest.
That's it.
That's integrity that I see.
Yeah, I am totally, like I said, I have no agenda.
If everything was positive all the time, you lying, man.
Dude, I'd have a hard time not being positive all the time. I'm like one of those people that never send shit back at a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I have no agenda against anybody. I do have a personal problem with one restaurant.
Let's get into it.
But I'm not going to say who it is, I just don't go there.
Damn
I don't talk about them. I just don't.
You know who you are.
I mean, because I feel like then I'm just introducing my personal bias. And
so if it's a personal problem, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I just avoid it. I stay away from it. I don't.
We'll be talking about you off air later. You know who you are.
Kind of like me in El Mexico. I'm out.
Damn, dude, you're bringing them up.
You know who you are.
Yeah. So, how often when you've done a bad review, have you been contacted by the business?
It usually but see,
every
and
time,
I'm really getting tired of that too because.
Fuck off.
They'll be like, "Oh, we're so sorry. Let us invite you back."
Oh, well, that sounds amazing.
But then they know it's me,
and you're going to get a fluff.
Oh, and they make sure it's perfect, and then I'll go back again when I'm just,
randomly on a Tuesday.
Yeah, Joe Blow, and it'll
bullshit.
be bad again, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep telling my followers that, hey, it was bad, hey, it was good, hey, it was bad, hey, it was good.
Yeah,
and I've been doing this for so long enough that I know when a place is just flat out bad. I know when it's a bad night, and usually there's sometimes when I just don't even post about it because I'm like, I know they're better than that.
Yeah,
they just were having a bad night, and there's no point in
you can go into a restaurant if you have any sense and see when shit's just in a frazzle.
But I know I've been doing this long enough. I know when a restaurant is just flat out bad, and I don't hold back.
And it's usually comes from the top down at those places.
Yeah, I wish they'd let me tour the kitchen before I order.
No fucking restaurant in town would do that.
See, we deal with a lot of
that'd be amazing.
No fucking restaurant in town would do that.
Let me see your kitchen.
I do fire sprinkler systems, and so we.
Oh shit! So you got the inside. You got the inside.
Me too. Same with me. I do pest control, and I worked for sewer maintenance. I worked for sewer maintenance. I used to clean out grease traps and shit.
Some of these places, it's like, how do you pass inspections?
How do you not clean this? I've dealt with a couple of restaurants, and they're like, we're still having bug issues, and I'm like, no shit. No shit. There's
your standards and practices are wrong.
My floor is I'm skating around on your floor. It's so greasy, and you haven't pulled a fucking piece of equipment out and cleaned the standing grease and bread and shit you've dropped behind there and forever. Of course, the bugs and shit are not eating the pest control company shit.
They're eating your food.
The shit you're feeding them. So I've got to see a lot of back of the house shit, and you're like, some places you're like, well, I'll probably not eat here, maybe. But again, I've been in some back of the houses look like hell, and their food's amazing.
And that too. Again, I don't really care much about the environment.
Well, as long as it's kind of clean. I mean, you got to have some clean.
I don't get sick. So I have a one and done rule with sick, and all the places that are on my list that I don't go to anymore are all like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Cheddar's. They all got me sick, and I'm one and done with them.
Done. Yeah.
Right when you get me sick, I'm.
So you're not ever going to have a McDonald's hash brown again?
It's been over 15 years since I ate McDonald's.
Oh man!
Wow. Oh yeah.
I love McDonald's breakfast.
I
call it McShitties, dude.
Dude, it does. But if you're constipated, have a McDonald's sandwich and you can fix you right up.
Man,
because it was Bionic Burger that gave me that rule. I've eaten Bionic Burger twice in my life, and I got sick both times.
Really? I actually like Bionic Burger.
That's what created.
There's one right down the street from my house.
That's what created the one and done rule, because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So.
Well, any restaurant could serve you something that could make you sick. I think you get 2 times.
But maybe. It's a lot of these places. See, that's the thing that I hate is when, I'll go to these like hole-in-the-wall Mexican places and people are like, oh, it's so nasty, it's so dirty. And it's like, those are those people's livelihoods. They're not going to get their customers sick. They're going to do everything they can to make sure their customers are happy.
Yeah, especially places that don't advertise. Like, they can't fuck up.
But when you hire these dumb shits that don't have any stake in the company that are just there to collect the paycheck
and want to leave the second they show up.
They're not the ones that wash their hands constantly, and you know what I mean. They're the ones that just I'm here for a paycheck.
They're the ones that cross contaminate everything.
I ran a restaurant. I ran the Papa John's downtown before I started my career.
No, really.
When I was in college, and it was so hard finding people that actually like had a good work ethic, you know, like
first of all, you got to get them to show up every fucking day.
And it was so easy to move up to general. I mean, I did it in like a year just because.
Yeah, just because you showed up and
gave a shit.
Gave a shit.
I gave a shit. And it's like, how easy is that to get to that point to where you didn't have to have a college education. You got insurance benefits and a salary
and a pretty decent salary. I mean, if you can get to where you manage a few of them,
and all you have to do is give a shit.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure you. I mean, really, it's just give a shit. Jesus, people, give a shit a little bit, especially if you're in the food industry. I'm here to tell you, just like I want to ramp on this just for a little bit. If you're a young kid or whoever you are, this is the food. Remember, and you guys usually eat at these places. Please give a shit.
Yeah, man.
But these other, these like hole in the wall Mexican places, that's the owner that's cooking your, he
Especially
wants you to be happy and come back.
Do you like the one next to Crazy J's Bed Shop over there on the west side? Puerto Vallarta, I think is the name.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Pretty good restaurant, and every time I go in there, it's him and his wife in there cooking, and that place is pretty. That place is pretty legit. Yeah. So how do you go about picking your places? Do you and kind of a secondary tier of that question? When do you circle back to a place that you've already been to before?
So I would say 50% of it is like what I'm craving, and I have weird cravings, like today I'm craving Nashville chicken sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like, right. And the other is social media. Honestly, I mean, I don't know why these restaurants don't take advantage of.
Some of them do, man.
It literally takes 5 seconds to post a picture of your food and say,
"Hey, today's special."
It doesn't even have to be a special. Right. Just say, "Hey, why don't you come try this today?" Because I scroll Facebook before lunch and I'm like, what looks good, and places will. Oh man, that looks awesome! I gotta go get that.
Let's go.
Yeah. And if that works on me, how many times?
Well, I know it worked on me on Facebook with that Tiger Chinese
rice.
Yeah.
Did you get the wonton nachos?
That's what it worked on me with the wonton nachos. I said one picture of wonton nachos. I'm like having it.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, and I think that's half the city was like, yeah, I'm finna try that. and that just like amps up your point you're making. Like, here's a picture of our wonton nachos, kind of a unique thing on our menu. Here it is, and it worked on me. I was like, shit, I'm going right in for that.
Yeah. So today I ate lunch at Local Flavor, and I ordered my meal, but I heard about the thighs, and so I was like, all right.
I don't know Local Flavor.
So give me
what's Local Flavor?
I
don't even know what that is.
You don't know what Local Flavor is?
I don't. No. Come on,
damn it, Austin.
Well, goddamn, what else are we talking about?
They've been doing
off, it's
the
a podcast.
local music stuff there. You haven't heard about their late night?
Not shit. No, I don't even know where it's at.
So it's over by.
What the fuck are we doing? Not everybody knows. I don't know everything in this town.
I thought you followed my blog.
Well, I do, but the thing is, it's a Facebook algorithm. I don't get everything you post.
But
you should go to my page.
Really good, man.
Fair enough.
They have smoked fried thighs.
Yeah, they smoke
chicken thighs.
They smoke them because wings got so expensive at some point.
I like thighs, so
thighs are better.
So
anyway.
they switched to the thighs, and the thighs just
thighs
took
are way
off.
better,
bro. Easy.
Well, it's the same kind. It's dark meat.
I know, but easy. That fucking chicken.
So they smoke them and then they fry them, bro.
Yeah, they flash fry them after they smoke them, crisp the skin up and everything.
Oh, okay.
And they are amazing.
And they have like different. They have a rub and then a Nashville hot, and then they just came out with sauces with Heat Mavericks hot sauce. I don't know if you've ever heard of Heat Mavericks.
I have.
It's dope.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Local hot sauce company.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they made these wing sauces or thigh sauces, I guess, with using the different hot sauces.
Well, I'm fucking in.
Oh my god,
dude! I had some of the best mac and cheese.
Where is this? One more time. Where is this Local Flavor place at?
Edgemore and Central
and Edgemore. Okay, cool.
Yeah, come back west a little bit.
All right, bet I'll have to give it a rub. I can't remember every goddamn place.
Oh, especially in Wichita because there's just so many popping up all the time.
Yeah, but that one's like been involved in the local music. I thought you
guys
would know that one.
Yeah, a little bit.
They have Rudy Love play there and the Estrada Brothers.
That's that joint. That's that. Okay.
Like late night, and they have a late night menu. Oh,
they were talking to us today about setting up some recording stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
Just
they didn't talk to me because I would.
There you go. Do a live show at Local Flavor.
Well, live recording there, right? Because cool music happens all over the place, man. Record that shit.
Well, yeah. It's almost cool setting that up in any venue where you can live record.
I think so. And it's actually pretty easy, man. Technology's gone a long way, so it's pretty easy to set up a live recording rig.
I mean, is it? You just like
Not bad.
You just hook it into the PA and fucking roll with it, or how's that work?
Not
More than that.
It's not quite that easy, but yeah.
So do you have
to be hard.
So do you have a favorite meal? Because I do.
Well, like I said, I at home I eat steak and lobster. Like
My favorite, but steak and lobster, surf and turf is my favorite. But my favorite absolute meal, because it's such a pain in the ass to make at home, and I can make a really good one, is chicken fried steak.
Okay.
So like chicken fried steak is a giant pain in the ass if you've ever made it at your house. You got to fucking double fry it, fucking bacon. But it's a great meal.
So where's your favorite?
Favorite one that I've had?
Yeah.
Oh, man, Tough in Town.
Yep.
Have you had size hoof and horn?
Yes, and that's
I like that they do an actual steak. It's
So
not
I was
like a pounded
skirt steak or a fucking minute steak. Yeah,
it's an actual steak.
Well, the one I want to try, and I was about to ask you, and I was gonna parlay this, is I want to try Ma's Kitchen. One has a really good one. Supposedly,
Burton?
yeah.
Let's go.
You
That's
do.
been on my list, and I want to get the big old.
Me too. I want to see.
You know.
Let's do it. We'll go. Aaron and Austin show. Go with Fert. Let's go.
I've been wanting to go.
Let's go. We'll pile into my fucking truck and go out there. I wouldn't give a shit. So I was wondering. That was going to be my next question. How often do you venture outside into these outside local joints that are like hole in the wall, Derby, or even for our like Burton or Size? Because before you gave me the out with Size, I was gonna. That's not actually a local one, but Size is my favorite probably that I've tried in the area because Size Hoof and Horn is fucking legit. I've been out there a bunch. I did a bunch of classes out in Sedgwick, so I got to eat there a ton.
No, I try to venture out as much as I can. It's just I got my family in the evening, so usually when I do the food blog stuff, it's at lunch. Because I get an hour lunch break.
Okay, gotcha.
But I can't go, I can only go so far on an hour lunch break, what I mean?
For sure.
So I do like to venture, but...
Well, do you ever do like weekends, like you take your family and then do blogs off those?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because that's kind of a good way to hide who you are too a little bit too, kind of be inconspicuous.
Me and my wife work opposite schedules, so she usually works on the week, the evenings and weekends and stuff. So I'll take my daughter places. My daughter's a really picky eater, so...
Isn't that funny?
How old's your girl?
7.
Is that your only child?
Yeah.
Your daughter? No, my daughter is 14, brother. I feel for you.
My boy is 12, and he's adventurous. He'll try anything. But
my daughter's that way, but my son's not. My son's like fucking pizza rolls and fucking bagel bites and shit.
Yes, that's how my daughter is. Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, dino nuggets and shit. It's like fuck.
He'd been eating menudo. And then finally, he got a bowl of menudo that had the tripe in it, the tripas. And he took a bite of that, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't like this soup anymore." He's like,
"Kind of has that bone."
So I'm out of that.
I want your opinion on that. What do you think? Who do you think in town has the best chicken fried steak?
Man, I don't
that's
know.
a hard one. That's a hard one.
Well, I will tell you, even though it's a chain restaurant, Twin Peaks has a pretty good one.
Really? Oh, because they have that like jalapeno gravy.
Yeah, they're great.
That sounds good.
Their stuff's pretty good, and I've been in a couple of their kitchens because I had a buddy's dad of mine.
Doodah does a good one.
Yeah,
I got a good one.
Yeah, Doodah had a breakfast one with them.
What about Stroud's?
Stroud's.
I love their.
See, when I go to Stroud's, I always get the fried chicken.
Me too. I always get the fried chicken
and
there
then
too.
the big platter of gizzards and livers. Oh man, with gravy.
See, my family's a big gizzards and lizard fan too. We fucking eat the shit out of fucking chicken livers.
Gizzards and lizards, is that what
gizzards and livers is what I meant to say. But I'll eat a lizard. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Didn't we have that weird place for a while?
Deep fry that motherfucker.
What was that weird place like Taste and See?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, with Jason DeFerris.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like you could eat a ass of a buffalo or some shit
there?
He
got in trouble for serving lion at a dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you can't eat lion because of like just PETA shit or just like.
I guess I don't know because it's not like anything you serve in America has got to be farm raised, so it's not like. He got,
really?
It's not like he went on a safari and shot the rarest lion in the world or something.
Yeah, and dragged it all the way back to Kansas.
Like you can only serve.
I shot the only calico
you can't
lion.
Serve wild meat at a restaurant.
Yeah, you can't do venison, elk, none of that shit.
It's got to be farm. There is farm raised venison.
Yeah, as long as it's not hunted. Yeah, like that's what you mean.
That's crazy.
Because that's I talked to. I don't know if you guys have been to Gabby's Peruvian.
Nope.
I haven't. I
School
know where
me.
it is.
Man,
So
School me.
I was with the Breakfast Club there.
I don't know everything, bro.
Yes, the old breakfast.
Yeah,
Club.
that was my place.
We do a fucking show where we get drunk and talk to
And I kind of
artists.
Got mad.
We don't know every restaurant.
The Breakfast Club sold it. And I haven't been in there, but whatever.
It's one of my favorite
my
restaurants
fault,
in
really.
town. I love the Peruvian food.
Well, I was going to hit you with like a top 5. Give me your top 5 fucking best
See,
places.
I hate doing that because
Yeah.
my top restaurants have always, every time I say, oh, this is my favorite restaurant in town, it closes. And
I was going to
I like
Oh.
jinx it or something, you know?
Oh, but yeah, the more fun. Well, the question I'm holding is like, give me your like 3 like worst experiences.
3 best, 3 worst. 3 best, 3 worst.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. I like it.
But,
Where are we at, John? Time wise, should we take a break and have a?
No,
Where are we at?
We're about there.
Oh, we good?
Here, let me
Okay.
finish my Gabby story. So,
Yeah, fill us in.
in Peru, guinea pig is a thing. They eat a lot of guinea pig in Peru.
I'd eat a fucking guinea
It's
pig.
called koi.
They're annoying to keep alive if you guys have ever had a child with one.
Jesus.
Well, I went to Gabby, the owner, and I said, hey, would you prepare me a guinea pig? And she said, yes, but only if I bring her a dressed one, one that's already cleaned. And
You got to pluck all the hairs out, little
you
fucker.
got to skin it and everything, yeah. And
You got to shave that guinea pig.
and then I was like, well, where the hell do I find a clean guinea pig? You know
Dude,
what
you
I
can
mean?
find
Like,
dead ones in my house all through my child's growing up. we could have ate like kings if guinea pigs is good.
But see, I heard some
We killed
guy,
like 10 of them bitches.
I heard some guy got in trouble in Kansas because there's a law against hurting pets, intentionally hurting pets.
We wasn't intentionally hurting.
No, I know. I'm just saying that I can't just go to the pet store and buy a guinea pig and slaughter it because then they could charge me with
Oh, yeah, okay.
I got you.
with killing a pet.
Oh, you could just fake like you dropped it on the way to the car.
Good Lord, man. PETA, this is my disclaimer. I don't know.
Right? I don't want PETA showing up at my work.
Whoops!
I never said
And see, that was the other part of
Throw it
it.
way up in the air.
That was the other part of it. If I have her do this, I'd want to post about it, and then and then I'd have PETA, at my work.
These guinea pig legs are delicious.
But no, like, if that's a specialty, you're right. I want to try it. Now, how do I get to try that?
Yeah, unless I go to Peru, I guess.
Yeah, there is a ton of animals like that are definitely on the.
Aaron and Austin show take Fert to Peru.
Yeah, dude, we eat guinea pig ass in Peru. That's what we're doing.
Please donate to the Cash App and the Venmo. And
Yeah, it wouldn't cost us.
make this happen.
It wouldn't cost us that much to go to Peru
Let's
to eat
make
guinea
this
pig
happen.
ass.
Just
We'll bring back
about
the new COVID
$15,000.
Yeah, if you believe that, they tried to tell you it didn't come out of that COVID lab. It was because somebody ate a bat that was flying through the. Get the fuck out of here.
But I am telling you right now that if somebody goes, man, I got the best curry bat. Okay, well, let me try your curry bat.
But
I'll eat that shit. I ain't scared with you, man.
I have a weird thing against a phobia with bats.
The bat specifically?
Yeah, with a bat.
so are you not a Batman fan?
No, well, not like that. Like the actual bat animals.
So you might be Batman because you have a phobia about bats.
When I went to the
He wouldn't tell
University
you
of
if he
Michigan,
was.
I went to the University of Michigan.
Oh,
and,
nice.
I was living in a basement of an old house, and one morning, I woke up with a bat in my face.
No!
Like on your face?
Yeah,
That would suck.
Like right here.
That's
Oh,
horrible. That's
man.
horrible. Yeah.
And I had to go and get rabies shots.
No
and rabies
shit.
shots are like the worst thing ever.
They are. There's
like,
so many
It's like
of them.
in your stomach.
No, it's like 16 of them.
It's not like that, but it's
16 of them.
yeah. You start with like 8, and
Yeah,
then
it
go back
sucks.
the next
It
day, and you
sucks.
get.
I've done it, but I have to do it before too. I was bit by like.
Where were they though? Like
I fought 2 honey badgers when I was a kid.
I remember my aunt getting
No,
bit by a Rottweiler and
I got
rabies
bit-
shots.
I got bit by a bat too. I got bit by a bat when I was a
But
kid too.
anytime I wake up to something shocking, like it just haunts my nightmares
Oh my
for
God.
like.
Well, you never want to wake up with something, no matter what it is. Your wife, your best friend, fucking your favorite dog in your face,
Yeah.
like nothing inches from your face, let alone some shit you don't know that's
And
not
then
supposed to be there.
It got rehashed just the other night. I went to that Lorna Shore concert at Temple
Oh,
Live,
nice.
Oh, nice.
and there was a freaking bat
Bats.
flying around, and it almost hit me. I was up on the balcony, and it literally almost hit me. And
So
I
you
was
got
like,
a bat magnet.
Oh, I was having flashbacks, like PTSD shit.
Oh,
I was
you're
like,
Should've
dude. I'm
been set up.
fucking going inside. Tell me when that bat's gone.
and because of the loud metal music, I'm sure their hearing is like ultra sensitive.
I always that's
No.
what's weird to us.
That's what I've heard
That's
is
that's
no.
the random
Really?
question I always try to bring up is we always think that other animals experience noises and sight and smells the way we do, and the fact of it, they just don't. Yeah. So, like, we don't know what that vibration or what that's like for any of them.
Well,
so,
it was acting like it was cracked out.
Yeah,
and trying to get out frantically.
Especially with, like, a bat, because they're kind of sonar-based, like, vibration-based.
Well,
you would think, like, a loud concert would fuck their shit up.
Sonar isn't exactly vibration. But
fair enough, kind of.
That's what I think it is.
Well,
I think it tried
to
land places, but couldn't land on anything that wasn't shaken.
But isn't sonar like you cast a signal back and it reverberates back?
Sound doesn't. With that.
Is you sure?
If you're in a big room like that, the sound from the concert would get in the way of the sonar.
Tell John to shut up. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. So it would be sound reflections, I guess.
I don't know, but it was acting batshit crazy.
Literally, batshit crazy.
And it almost hit me, and that wasn't cool. So
this guy has a bad experiences with bats. They attack him. My mom, fucking kite birds. You guys ever heard of kite birds?
Yeah. Kite birds.
They have their tails look like a kite. That's why they're called kites. And they dive bomb my mom like crazy. They did it at our pool. They used to do it out at Linwood Recreation Park.
Like just her specifically?
Her specifically on multiple occasions.
Really?
Yeah. Kites.
They're probably just like, nope.
Perfume she wears or something.
Something, or like her skin tone or whatever it is. Like, I don't get mosquito bites. Like, some people don't get fucked with by flies. Some people don't. Spiders don't fuck with them. Like, it's a weird what you like attract or prevent by who you are in your orange.
I usually attract crackheads asking for money.
Yeah. Well, that's where you live.
You might be honest. You might be right.
Well, when I was talking to you when you were on the way here, you're like, there was someone like, "Hey, honey," down the street at you.
Hey, daddy. Yeah.
All right, so we got to get into this before we get off of this. Jesus. What are the 3 worst blogs you had to put out about a restaurant, and did you have a little bit of like, fuck, here I go, I might fucking have to hit send on this?
So the ones that I hate doing are the ones that have been around for years, and so people have this like nostalgia,
like a cult following for them.
Oh yeah,
sentimental.
And you're right about some of those places were great at a time, but they're not great now.
That's what I think
about. One of them is Taco Prano. I gave a bad review to Taco Prano.
Which one? The one that they buried now, or the one out on 21st?
No, that's the one that's still open. And the son owns that one, and he gave me a bad review, and I had to look up his name. I'm like, who is this guy? Who the fuck? And I looked up his name, and it was like, oh, this family owns Taco Prano.
I do love Taco Prano though.
Butthurt owner alert. That's what I commented on his review.
Yeah.
Well, you could almost have a fucking blog called Butthurt Owner Alert in your business. Have you ever had like real serious confrontation? Like it was a real, like you don't have to give out names, but did they really come out? Have you ever like come, like it's been like now we're in a war of words?
No, but I get people that are like, oh, this is just people's livelihood, and you've trashed it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, to me, I don't look at it like that. I'm like, they trash their own reputation by serving me.
It's not like
that. And especially in a town, and I will tell any restaurant owner, first and foremost, and this is me. This is not Fert the Foodie. This is not Eddie. I'm just a guy who eats at restaurants in town. I don't even blog about them, and I know this. So if you don't know this, word of mouth is what is everything in this town. There are a ton of restaurants that ain't put a fucking single sponsorship out to nobody. Mm-hmm. Word of mouth and the bloggers that we have in this town, and just your friends going to places is how the world works here in Wichita eateries. And so basically our bloggers are just the word of mouth spotlights on what everybody already fucking knows.
And I tell owners that anybody could be me,
right?
Straight up. Any of these people, any of these customers could be a person that writes a blog
in today's market. Yeah,
and honestly,
has an audience.
Well, that's why I've always like, and I'll revert back to the business that I run. I spray every house like it's my house. So when I'm doing pest control, I'm spraying every house like it's my house and the owner's watching. So if you're not making every meal like it's the owner that is, or a food critic is ordering it, what are we doing here? Like, what's nice about food critics and what's nice about, especially this town, is they hold you accountable. Like when you fall off, you fucking know here in this town. They'll let you know. Quick and get ready.
Or another nostalgia place that I gave a bad review is New Way. And like I was saying before, I've done this long enough where I know when a place is just constantly bad. And it's not like
unless I'm getting a root beer.
Like New Way ran out of seasoning that day. You know what I mean? Like
they never used it.
They never, it's bland as hell.
They never use seasoning, bro.
Dude, if you want a bland taco burger, go to fucking New Way.
That's like I went to this one diner that was it was packed with old people. Town and Country when
you know why they was there, because you could fucking smoke in that joint was a lot of it.
Well, when they moved to the last location, and I it's not like they were gonna go out and buy spices the next day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, all of a sudden, all right, let's try a new thing.
Please have garlic powder and
flavor it.
Bland, and I know a lot of older people like blander food, because when you go to these Spears and
Spears is the blandest place in town. My mouth just got dry when you said Spears.
they're always packed with older people.
They are.
And I'm not trying to hate on that,
There is a market for that consistent bullshit.
But I have a palate to where I know when something's bland.
Yeah, put some garlic salt on this shit. Can I get some garlic salt on this?
Well, salt, period. Salt. Come on, man. Salt. But like, so many old people can't have salt.
Okay, so I'm going to ask
restaurants to cater. So
I'm going to ask both of you a question. I'm going to ask both of you.
Oh shit.
Because I don't do it.
Let's go.
So when you get a bad meal, how often, even as a blogger or even as yourself, I'm just talking as yourself. When will you send it back?
It depends on how much I pay for it, man. Straight out. If I'm paying $30 plus a meal, and you send it to me wrong, I'm sending it back.
I'm not talking about wrong. I'm talking about it's not good.
I send it back at 30.
If it's crap?
Yeah.
And see, me, I'll usually, even if something's not that great, I'll still eat it all and pay for it.
Me too.
Because I just...
No, $30, dude? I'm telling you, I'm a musician.
Well,
I'm not
okay,
doing
so
this.
can I tell you my little logic behind it?
I will say something if I can't even finish it.
Yeah.
Like that Mexican place I went to the other day.
I know I was going to ask you about that.
Mexico.
No.
Here we go. I feel like it's just a vendetta at this point.
No.
It kind of is, bro.
There's a couple places like El Mexico where I just avoid because I'm going to piss people off. I already know it. I grew up in this town.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of places that just one thing is good.
Like Marcello's. That's another one where a lot of people love it.
They have a couple good things on their menu.
See,
they have a lot of bad.
See, now you're sounding like me right now, dickhead.
I've never had anything good there, and it's like I've grown up in this town, so all these places have been around for a while, and people have nostalgia, and it just hurts their feelings when I.
Yeah, there is some places that are like grandfathered in.
Man, get Lily's calzone from Marcello's. That's the only thing I get there.
I don't know what John's saying. Does John have herpes?
He's saying to get the.
Well,
calzone.
we've turned him down so far. We can't understand it.
Oh, I did. John, what are you on 9?
Yeah, 9.
Okay, I can hear him better. What did he say?
Lily's calzone at Marcello's is really good.
Okay, so this is actually kind of a parlay into I will parlay into this question because I always want to ask a food blogger, because I feel like the most underrepresented cuisine in this town is Italian food. What is the best Italian place in this town?
It just. Depends.
I think the best Italian place closed.
It just depends what you're going
Sweet Basil
for.
was
Don't
pretty
say
good.
DeFazio's.
Angelo's was good.
Are you gonna say DeFazio's?
I thought
like
DeFazio's was good.
I didn't like DeFazio's.
There's a few things.
DeFazio's, a couple things.
Again, it was a few things there I liked. Like their seafood manicotti was good, and a couple other things.
If you want
bad review too.
If you want Italian, go to Mulvaney, go Luciano's.
Think about Luciano's. It's Italian. The dude is from Italy. Like his wife she was from Mulvaney and went to Italy, and they fell in love, and then they came back, and what's he going to do over here other than open up a restaurant?
Well, I would tell you, he's smart because there is a lack of great Italian restaurants in this area,
and I think he does it pretty well.
I would say that's the most underrepresented restaurant in all of this
Cajun
area.
to me is.
Yeah, Cajun's a tough one.
Well, fucking Cajun is underrepresented all over the fucking place unless you go to Louisiana.
Yeah, another big city.
It's not true.
Can find
it's
a
not
good
true.
Cajun
Yeah,
spot.
it's not true.
Yeah, fuck Cajun. It's just hot fucking, just hot seafood boils.
But the thing with Luciano's,
I hate you so much right
the
now.
thing with Luciano's in Mulvaney is, to me, it's just very light flavored.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it is in Italy. I've never been.
No. I think that's
Who's
how
making
he's had
fresh
to do
pasta?
it.
Who's making
That is how
pasta?
he has had to do it here.
Have you been to Viola's Pantry, the little Italian market at 2nd and?
No, tell us. That's why we want you to know.
The workroom.
Oh, the workroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say because I don't.
The workroom, I know.
Cleveland, you've never heard of the workroom?
No, fuck no.
It's all local everything. It's a really cool place.
You got to go by Viola's Pantry. She makes all her pastas from
So we can buy
scratch.
fresh pasta from her?
Yeah, it's like a market,
nice.
and then sometimes
That's
she does
amazing.
lunch and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's mostly a market.
Oh, so
And
it's like a.
all the sauces. She comes from an Italian family. I mean, just amazing.
See, that's the
Do
kind
you
of
have
shit.
her number, and can we go there like tomorrow?
I'm sure. I think she's open. Tomorrow.
I say,
Let's just go talk to her
I
for
say,
lunch.
Fert
Let's-
and Aaron and Austin go drink whiskey and
and she's got
eat
imported
food all
goods
across
from
town.
Italy and stuff. It's really cool.
Hey, I will find her limoncello.
Well, I'm
usually if you offer a old Italian grandmother some limoncello,
I am a sucker for a seafood manicotti. Is one of my favorite dishes.
That sounds amazing.
When they give you that like lobster crab
Manicotti, Italian enchiladas.
It's real. It is.
Yeah.
See, and I like they don't have seafood ones, but Angelo's their manicotti's really good.
Angelo's is good.
Yeah, Angelo's is really good.
I always thought DeFazio's was like the bastard cousin of Angelo's.
I feel like they were kind of the same restaurant too, a little bit.
No,
like,
it's the same family. It was a cousin
was
or
it?
something. Yeah, but
because I like both. Because I thought those were my two favorite Italian
I
restaurants.
just felt like
Right.
the DeFazio's guy didn't put in the effort and quality and everything that Angelo's did.
He almost had like the grandfathered in spot that he could just get away with it.
Like, because
Yeah,
I did that. I
Maybe.
went and got the same thing I usually get at Angelo's at DeFazio, like the salad, the house salad with the pickled eggplant and stuff. His salad was all, you could tell it was the older.
The care had gone away.
Wasn't
Like it was good 20 years ago, but now it's not the same.
It
You know,
wasn't fresh
Yeah.
and
there's a lot of those people living on laurels. And I will tell, like what you said, like it was good 20 years ago. Like, and I'm not okay. I'm going to say this. I'm gonna put it out there.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oasis don't have the best hamburger no more.
no, and they ride on that.
They
1992 article
Yeah.
or whatever that said
Yeah.
their best burger.
Thank you for
30 years ago,
And I will.
we were the best.
And I will also say that I also like Lance, and I like that business. That is, I love the Oasis, and they still have a good hamburger.
No, I
And the
still go there.
burger's
Yeah,
still
I'm not-
good. Yeah.
But it ain't
it's
the
just
best
not
burger in town no more.
Best
Have
burger.
you had their blackened wings?
Yes.
The blackened wings.
Blackened wings are legit.
where they sauce it before they fry
Yes,
it.
I've had them.
Okay.
That's something I've done the legwork on this, sir. I actually said from you.
Oh, for mine?
Yes, yeah, that was one, and that was long before you hit us up. I saw those. Saw those blackened leg wings, and I know Lance pretty well at Oasis. I'm like, when especially when you or Eddie or somebody I agree with, somebody that I trust, that I trust their opinion, hits me with something from a place that I've already like. Then I'm going right in and trying that.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck, man, I'm that kind of patron. Like first and
No, I'll
foremost,
let
right
you know when it's like, hey, you need to go try this.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I agree.
This is going to be pretty good.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, like this is gonna work. Fucking go get it.
And I get some people that are like, oh man, you strayed me wrong or this or that.
Well, you can't account for everybody's fucking palate.
Yeah, that's the thing is,
Some people don't like pickles. Some people don't like onions. Some people don't like this.
And you want to know something real? Like, so I wasn't born of money, and so a lot of dishes that I like are kind of ghetto dishes. All right, like there is a beef tips on rice.
Like a little ham and beans and cornbread.
some spaghetti sandwiches.
I think I post on deals more than any of the other bloggers in town. Like the
Thank you for getting into
at
that.
Rusty Nail on Tuesdays,
Yeah.
half price burger
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Wednesdays at Whiskey Dick's.
And a lot of places. I will tell you that. I'll tell you that Fert right now is hitting on a vein. He will give you the really good spots to go get that are gonna, not gonna kill your pocketbook.
Yeah,
But then sometimes I like the ball out too, and then people are like, oh, I wish I could afford that. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
what do you want me to say? Like,
Nobody can
can't
afford
get
that every
everything.
week.
You can't get everything, right?
Well, what's nice to every once in a while go like splurge on a meal.
Yeah.
Like I will tell you, even if you're not a foodie, if you can't splurge on a meal every quarter of the year, what are you doing here? Every quarter of the year, if you got a wife or your friend, let's go out and have a bougie meal. Have a glass of wine and have some. Go to maybe George's Bistro.
Let's get some crab.
Yeah, or let's get something a little out of the norm.
See, one of my traditions is New Year's Eve. I go to Scotch and Sirloin every year on New Year's Eve. And
Okay, school us. What do you do there?
I get the Ernie cut.
Okay, what is that?
The Ernie cut's like, they don't even say how many ounces. It's just Ernie cut, Lori cut, and
What cut of beef is it?
prime rib.
Oh,
yeah.
So in the Ernie cut, they don't tell you how, like ounce wise, but man, it's like a slab.
So it's
Yeah.
And I get all the the lobster mac and cheese.
I
say
that meal costs you $150.
I say four times a year.
About how much it costs.
4 times a year.
In the New Year's, like
4 times a year, you should go eat out and not care what you spend. 4 times a year. That's not a lot to ask.
Quarterly.
If go out and take your and if you're fucking sitting on your hands or as a man or a woman, take your spouse out and go eat somewhere and have a good meal and don't give a shit quite what it costs. A little bit.
It's one of the good things about being human.
Well, David Callen made a great statement. You only want to be rich enough to not care what the shit cost on the menu.
Yeah.
After that, money ain't. Who cares how rich you are?
Right.
You want to go to anywhere you can eat and not give a fuck what it costs. For me.
Yeah, give me that really good shit.
Yeah, they're just when you're at a good restaurant when there ain't even prices on the fucking menu.
I don't know if you guys have ever had like true Wagyu beef.
I've had at one place that I thought was real Wagyu. Sometimes
it's American Wagyu.
Exactly.
Where they breed it with the black ink.
No,
you got to get the 100% Japanese full.
So I don't think I could ever been at a place that I could guarantee that that's what I got. You know what I mean?
No, I went to Arby's one time.
Well,
and they have.
But I will tell you, just like what he's saying. Sometimes they will tell you you're getting a Maine lobster, and you're not getting a Maine lobster.
Langoustine.
Yeah, you're getting that fucking fake ass lobster bullshit.
There's a big ass crawdad.
I'll still eat that bad boy. Though.
One of the benefits I've received is I reached out when Gordon Ramsay Steak was opening at the Harrah's in Kansas City.
Nice.
And I was really trying to go to like their opening party because
you're like, hey, I'm Fert the Foodie. Let me get in this motherfucker.
Yeah, well, they were like, well, you can't come to that, but we'll invite you up here. And they did 2 times, and they let me stay they put me up in the Harrah's.
Oh, wow.
And gave whatever I wanted. I mean, I literally like...
Dude, if you're giving me whatever I want, same what? Yeah.
Oh, man. And
fucking give me gold fraqua on that shit if you got it.
And the head chef came out and brought the whole slab of A5 Wagyu, which comes with a certificate.
Damn. Yeah.
It comes with the certificate.
Yeah, when you get the real Wagyu.
Authenticity.
Yeah, it does, because it's not that... People fake it a lot.
It literally starts sweating. It's got such a high fat content at room temperature.
It looks so fucking amazing, though.
It sounds amazing.
And it was what, $35 an ounce, and you had to buy at least 3 ounces.
What?
But literally, once you taste that, you don't want to go back to like the cheap, $5 Dillon steak.
Nobody gets a sirloin ever again. No.
It's like it's hard to go back to that after you taste that richness and the.
Yeah, it's something about the and I watch a lot of TikToks and food blogs with when they really get that real Wagyu and you see that
it looks almost white.
Oh, it's so amazing
because it's so marbled.
Yeah,
it's more marbled than anything you've seen. If you haven't seen that real Wagyu, it is literally 50-50. It looks like the steaks, the hamburger of real Wagyu is literally 50-50 marbleized fat and beef protein. And it is something special. I've only had a real Wagyu hamburger that I knew was because a buddy of mine that owns and shout out to TaylorMade Construction. He had a like a bro thing, and he bought the real Wagyu hamburgers. And we had some Wagyu hamburgers, and I knew that once I had that at his house, then I knew that like I'd been lied to by 4 or 5 restaurants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every day.
Yeah, no. A lot of the places
they say Wagyu, but that ain't.
Yeah, it's really not. Like
it's not like
it's like
I said 35 of an ounce. It ain't the real shit.
No.
Yeah, and it's like a name catcher. Like you can say, I got these Wagyu fucking meatballs. Jam that in your
Wagyu,
ass.
Wagyu
jam those fake Wagyu meatballs in your ass. That ain't real. Get out of here with that shit.
And Wagyu is a breed of cattle.
Yeah, and you have to like beat them with. You have to beat them with sticks really weird and poke them in the ass.
Oh, they get massages.
Yeah.
And stuff in Japan. And I don't know if you watch any of the stuff from Japan. Even like the vegetables, they'll grow these vegetables in these plastic containers to shape them.
It is.
Yeah,
like their high end shit is
square watermelons.
Yeah,
their high end
the veggies.
Japanese high end shit is really impressive. Like the way they produce shit on such a small island has always been incredibly crazy.
Or wasabi? You think you're having real wasabi? No, that's
no, that's not it. It's horseradish.
Yeah, it's horseradish.
A green-colored horseradish. You know?
And it's still not bad though.
But if you get real wasabi,
But that's not wasabi.
And it's like red looking.
Oh man.
So I will ask you, since we touched on wasabi, what's your favorite sushi place in town? Because if I'm going surf and turf as my favorite, and
I go Ninja.
And Ninja owns all the three best places in town. I feel like Bluefin and the other Ninja.
Yeah.
And the original Ninja because they own Bluefin. Well, what happened was the original, and he can tell me if I'm right or not, but the original Ninja opened by the 13th and Tyler Hospital in that strip mall.
Yep.
They burned down. Opened Bluefin downtown when that building came open, and then they came back out the west side, and then
they moved across the street to the old Vietnam Nom store.
Yeah, they did. Which was a weird move. I wonder why they did that, but
I don't know.
It had to be more expensive for them to move
and
across
I
the street.
Vietnam Nom. I was friends with
their food was good. Their food is good. I like if you're hungover, fucking Vietnam Nom is what you want.
That brought me a lot of followers stuff. I did their pho challenge. I was the first one on the Hall of Shame. I thought that one was like I'm a big eater. I can beat a lot of challenges.
So do you go? Do you seek out? Do you seek out challenges?
Not anymore. No, I'm kind of past my prime on that. I mean, I do eat a lot.
So what's your best challenge that you've murdered?
I don't know. There used to be at Dudley's one time had a spicy wing one.
The spicy ones to me are weak.
Oh, not
because those hurt my face. They hurt my face. If you accidentally touch some of that sauce to your face, my fucking lips are gonna burn.
But I just remember it because you had like a 10-minute time limit, so the manager's sitting there with a stopwatch.
How many wings I got to eat in that 10 minutes?
10 minutes? I think it was like 10 wings, but it was like this like ridiculous Carolina Reaper sauce,
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
And it was just funny because the manager like turned around and started talking to the table behind me.
So you throw
I'm
one?
sitting at a table, and he starts a stopwatch, and I start going, and literally I was like, I'm done, and and it was like 2 minutes in, and he turns around and he's like, what? And I was like, I'm done.
I did your challenge.
Yeah, and he was like, that's just unheard of. Like,
so you got a pretty good palate for hot shit?
I don't know about Lynn's the significantly spicy one. I don't know why he didn't talk about his blog at all on that show you guys did with him, but
I know I can't believe
he loves take some peppers.
He loves doing the spicy stuff. Me, I can't do. I got to keep it on the weekends though because
I used to love spicy stuff, but the older I've got now, you guys are all in my same kitchen. You're a year younger than me. You're a couple years older than me. I can't fuck with the spicy stuff because it really hurts my. Like I eat it and enjoy it. But I'm going to pay, I'm going to pay.
And that's why I can only do it on the weekends because I'm not dealing with
somebody's
that at work.
My toilet
have a Sunday. I'm out.
My toilet's going to pay. Like we going to pay.
We have a communal bathroom at the office, and it is.
But me and you, I feel like all three. I feel like all three of us though could go right into Ma's kitchen and kill that chicken fried steak.
Oh, I could easily. I want to do the one. There's one in Oklahoma that's.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that in a week or two. You guys want to go?
I'll totally go.
Let's work something out. Let's do it all together. You haven't been there yet? Let's do it. Why not? What if I can't book a show and then make some other fun content? What the fuck am I doing here? I say Fert and Aaron and Austin. We all go to fucking
You agree?
Bumfuck, Kansas, and we all eat the Ma's giant fucking chicken fried steak. Yeah, let's do it.
I got a good story about your guys' buddy Big Will. You know Big Will.
Oh, I love Big Will. Big Will's Trev's my brother, man.
I took him out. So there's a Poplar in Andover.
Poplar what?
Poplar restaurant.
Yes.
So the
you said Popular.
That's the dad that owns that one,
like a treat.
And the son owns the one in Howard, Kansas.
Oh shit!
And so one night, he does a seafood night where he does these like Russian red king crab legs that are like the biggest.
So let's do that too. So we're scheduling 2 nights here.
And this is like bumfuck Kansas. Like who's ever heard of Howard, Kansas?
I have. The lake there.
I played a lot of baseball and football all around this town, so I know.
So I drive and I take Big Will out there, and the whole way out there, he's talking about that. Oh, it's a sundown town. And I'm like, what the hell is a sundown town?
Black people fear
sundown. Got to be gone.
He explained it to me.
Well, black people are smart enough not to venture outside of Wichita after 8 o'clock.
Black people are scared of it.
And it was just the whole joke, the whole night. Like the cop would roll by real slow, like looking at us, like.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong though, is he?
No, he's not wrong.
He ain't wrong
Man,
though.
me and him got down on those king crab legs, and it was like $100 each. You know,
Man,
like,
let's
for this-
go.
Dude, it's worth it.
And
It's
when
worth
you pull
it.
out a piece of meat that's like
It's worth it.
forearm,
Right.
Especially of crab.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude, I'll
man.
pay $50 for some shit
And
like
I was like,
that.
man, that was like the best seafood I've had in Kansas is in Howard, Kansas. Who would ever thought?
Let's do that.
crazy.
Let's do that
That's
too.
crazy.
Me and Aaron, Austin, and Fert will go to that shit too. Let's do
I'm
both.
always down.
So we're running up to the end of this, and we're no, we're not. Fuck no. God, nobody wants to
Let's
shut
keep
them
it
on.
going.
Yeah. Where are we at, John? What was the time? What's the time are we at?
We are at about an hour 7 or something like that.
Shit.
Hey, talking about Big Will.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, we can keep fucking on. We can keep talking about Big Will all
He
day.
officiated my wedding back in October.
Really?
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
my God.
so I will tell you that Big Will Trevor is a longtime friend of mine. We've been. I actually want to do a podcast with him. I want to do a sports podcast with
Yeah, I
him.
agree.
Yeah, I mean, eventually that'll happen. I think there's a lack of.
Yeah, but nobody wants to hear about the Cowboys the whole time.
Well, what's going to be fun for that about the podcast for me is I'm not
hate sports.
a Cowboys fan. I'll just get to shit on the Cowboys the whole entire time. I'm a 49ers fan. So like, eventually, in this studio, me and Trevor are going to do a sports show. I think there's a big miss as far as sports
I think
content.
there's only one other.
There's a bunch of sports radio shows. There's not sports
I think
podcasts.
there's a local podcast.
Yeah, fuck them. Then we'll bury them in a week. Just like me and Aaron. Tell me about your
We
podcast.
kill it.
Tell me about your podcast. Me, the Aaron and Austin show will be there in a week.
But yeah, that was probably the best wedding. And everybody tells me to this day, like they're like, "Oh, you guys."
Well, Trev's amazing at aficionado.
Yeah,
Like he's a great host.
and I was just worried the whole time because my parents are there, my wife's parents are there. You know.
Well, yeah, if
And-
you hire Trev, you should worry about shit like
no,
that.
he's like,
Yeah,
that's
you'd
what he
ought to.
said. He's like, you wanted Big Will, you're gonna get Big Will.
And what I love about Big Will, and what I will say about myself is very similar, but Big Will is the epitome of unapologetically himself.
Yep.
And I will
he's
tell
the truest
I will
motherfucker
tell
there
you
is.
I will tell you, Jeremy, I will tell you, Aaron, I will tell me, live your life unapologetically yourself. If you can get to that stasis in your life, you'd be surprised what you can find.
Been there, done that. Yeah, let's go.
You'd be surprised what you can find. So so to me, we've only answered one question there's only one.
You had a bunch of questions. Sorry.
There's only one unanswered question. There's only one
I
unanswered
don't
question.
mean to deviate from your question.
No, we've only got to one unanswered question before we end this podcast, which is the biggest thing in this town. Who got the best burger?
The best burger, Busters. It used
Busters?
To be,
Busters, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
It used to be Bomber.
Bomber guy
Until the
died.
man died.
Yeah.
He died.
And,
But the guy was an ass.
Yeah, but
I always like Busters, man.
But the guy was an ass.
I always like
Chris
Busters
Rickard
better
was always
anyway.
good to me.
I have ate 50 hamburgers in that guy's joint because I cleaned sewers in that area. The guy was great, but his food was so good that if he wasn't such an ass, it would have been the talk of the town.
But I've literally
I've seen him be very rude to a lot of
I
customers.
saw him being super rude, but have a line out the door. Like it blew my mind. He would get
Yeah.
drunk all day, drink
Yeah.
beer all day.
Great guy. I will not talk. I'm not.
And I'm like, you have it made. Like I would love
when
to
your
run a
food is that
restaurant
good that nobody looks at that.
Yeah, like I wish I could. Just
No,
sit there and
no,
talk
there's-
shit to people
okay, well,
all
I
day
will
and
tell you,
have a line out the
there
door.
is a space for being unapologetically yourself and being funny. That guy went out of his way to be really dicky to people.
I'm
And
gonna
I've
tell you.
sat
I'm
and
gonna
watched
tell you.
it.
I'm gonna
And
tell you
you
this.
know that. You know that.
No, I saw
and
that.
he was easily had the best hamburger in town.
He was
easily.
always good to me, but yeah, I
He was
saw
always
him.
good to me too. That's why I'm not like, but I have literally watched him do things that I could like. Why are we going through this? Like,
No,
be,
I always
Yeah,
got
yeah.
comments when I did a post. People were like, "I'll never support that guy."
well, those bra 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 is real. That I've said
That
in
is
place.
real. That is real.
I have
The
said
fact
it
that he survived past that.
was because his food
That's
is
the
amazing.
real thing.
because the burger,
Sports Burger's right there too.
Sport Burger. I just did that post that blew up because
I know.
and I felt bad.
I've never had one, man, because
Dude,
they're so sporadic.
Let's go
when they
have
open.
one. Let's go have one.
I felt bad because when I went on Friday, That was their first time. They moved
doing nights. Yeah, doing nights. Doing nights.
I'm telling you, I never had one.
And the lady was by herself.
Yeah, she was
running the grill, running the register, running the drive-thru.
Was the burger right?
Oh, yeah. They make everything.
Yeah, but you're waiting 20 minutes.
Yeah, it took a while. But
I will wait 20 minutes for a burger.
I knew when I did a post on that, I was like, I am just screwing this lady because she's going to get
shit. She's going to get the shit.
And the owner of Station 8 hit me up the next day because he was like, it was like 4:30. They didn't open until 5.
I love Station 8.
I haven't tried Station 8.
Dude, what? What's wrong with you?
So good.
Herpes.
But so he hit me up at like 4:30. They didn't even open until 5, and he sent me a picture. And he was way down. You know that street that Vora's on, like the next block over. He was way down there, and they didn't even open until 5. And that was that next day after I made my post on that Friday. That was Saturday night.
Okay, can I say one thing? Do you think that limitation or their product is the reason why they're so good? Sometimes less is more. You know what I mean? Like if you don't let it, like it's limited and you can't get it all the time.
It creates a legend.
I'm not going to say I've ate a Sports Burger a lot, and I think their hamburgers and everything that they offer are very good. And I don't know their ownership, and I don't know them personally. I just worked for the city for 15 years, so I've hated a few grease holes in town. But sometimes when you're like, I don't got it anymore. At 10 o'clock, we're done. Sometimes it creates this mystique of it's.
You missed out, man.
Yeah,
you missed out.
Something about that works.
You're gonna have to figure this out.
You know what I mean? Something about that works.
No, I think Sport Burger's been pretty consistent to me.
Everything's been really good from there, but I've had better burgers. You know what I mean?
But I wouldn't wait. Like, me and my daughter joke about it because I live not far from there, and we drive by there all the time. And me and my daughter are always joking. We're like, God damn, the line
down the street.
So the only time I really stop at Sport Burger is if like you're lucky enough to see 2 cars.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
drive-thru.
So I see an open sign.
Dude, it doesn't matter if I just ate. Like, I'm like, oh shit, there's only 2 cars in line.
Well,
let's go get a double cheese.
I will say, as a fat kid, if I'm pulling in between a McDonald's and a Taco Bell, and there's 8 people here and 2 here, Taco Bell today.
I will not eat Taco Bell.
I don't like to fucking wait.
I will not.
I don't like to fucking wait. Why is it only my mic pops?
Because you the fucking loud one, bro.
No.
Because you're deep throating the mic.
I like how you said it before.
Well,
the fucking loud one, bro.
Well, I mean,
you're the one clipping.
I ain't clipping, bitch. Shit.
Yeah.
I ain't said nothing loud yet.
What's your head say?
I'll just talk to John about it. John, fix this shit. We're gonna get a bad.
What is this, amateur hour?
We're gonna get a bad. We're gonna get a bad review from Fert.
I know,
because of this.
Thank God we ain't serving.
So, but all jokes aside, as we close out this podcast, and we're gonna go drink some more after this. So fuck off. Let's go. Let's do a Fert and Aaron and Austin go out and have a meal.
Dude, I think this would be good. I think that would be great.
First and foremost, I think we do Ma's Kitchen. Let's all go and sit and eat that giant fucking chicken fried steak.
I'm down for a trip to Burden.
Dude, that ain't that far. Let's all go together.
And then we'll hit Shindigs on the way back.
What?
Winfield.
Dude,
Winfield's my hometown, bro.
Nobody fucking likes Winfield.
Burger Station. Burger Station.
Okay, so Burger Station is good.
Oh.
Every time, because I work down in like Strother Field down by Winfield.
Don't give this guy Winfield ammo. Don't give this guy fucking Winfield ammo, bro. Don't do that right now. He's the mayor of Winfield.
Burger Station's like
out of here.
I'm telling you right now.
Are you guys going down there next week?
No, the thing is, within the next 5 years, we will be at the Bluegrass Festival, and within the next 10 years, I will help elect Aaron Underwood the mayor of Winfield. It will happen. I'll talk shit into existence.
I don't want it.
Yeah, well, you're gonna take it.
No,
you're gonna take it like a man.
Out of all those towns I travel to for work, like Arc City and all, Winfield actually has done me good with food.
Winfield's cool. I mean?
Yeah, Winfield will grab your haunches.
The food there there was a food truck.
All right, you got Boss Hogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got Boss Hogs barbecue, and then you got that green food truck. This isn't the the dry cleaner place. Yeah.
So before we bail on this interview, we're getting towards the end of it here, and you can check out everything Fert the Foodie at Facebook. He's got a blogs and all day long on there. when you're going to review a place and you don't and you walk into the place, what is your first? The question I'm asking, I've been waiting for this.
Say it. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Spit it out. Spit it out. Come on. Let's go.
When you go into a place out of town and you know about them, do you have like this? Like, do you have cognizance about that you could ruin their business?
And that's what people start bringing up to me. You know, they're like, "Hey, you know, I have even friends that are
especially
like,
you do local.
I wouldn't have posted what you posted. About
You
that
should
place.
not be concerned about that.
I don't think so either. That's a hard. It's a hard question.
And that's the one thing I've told bloggers, because there's been bloggers that have started since me that have reached out like I did to EB. You know, like, and I tell them, I said, do not do something that you don't want to do. Don't let other people dictate how you should run your blog.
Right. You are going to be your own blog, and you're going to do what you do.
Yeah.
I think that's why what you and Eddie do comes off so authentic.
Are you one of those people who just say, these are the good things that I found about this restaurant?
Yeah, because there's a couple of them that have agendas. Like I said, I don't have an agenda. There's a couple of them that their job is social media stuff, where they work for restaurants and they'll always sit there and say good things about these restaurants because they're getting paid by them.
Well, and a lot of people think that's what you're supposed to do.
So if any restaurants want to pay us for giving you a bad review, well,
hey, but I say even bad press is good press, because there's some places I've done bad reviews on
that they blew up.
People will be like, I wanted to go try it for myself, and I'm like, you should. You should go
try it. That's fair.
You should definitely go try it for
I think
yourself.
That's 100% fair.
I always tell people that. They're like, why would you do that? You know, why would you make this post and ruin those people's lives? And I'm like, go try it.
Because they have a restaurant, they put themselves in a public eye.
I think that
I
every
decided
blogger
their
like
food
you
was bullshit, and I said
it's like I'm shining a light on them. Like,
well,
you know how many people probably went there because I put a light on them? You know?
Oh, well, and every business, you should be appreciative of him doing a review for you, because it does, like he's saying, say I say it's bad, say I say it's good, then you're going to have the other people that want to contradict what you say. Okay, that's good.
Yep.
Let me go see if it's bad. Okay, that's bad. Let me go see if it's good. That's human nature. That's human nature.
They want to know.
Yeah. And that's really a fun thing about what you do, because I will, as we come to a close on this, your favorite part is you cut right through the bullshit. Here's the food I got. Here's a fucking picture of it. Here's is good or not. And that's my favorite thing about her.
The food. Yeah, I don't care about the
fuck your waitress. Right. Fuck your waitress.
And that's what a lot of other people try to, you know, or somebody will talk about like, oh, the owner's backstory and shit. It's like, I don't care really about the owner's backstory.
I don't care about the backstory,
I care about the food.
Is the food salty enough?
So what we're gonna do,
flavorful enough?
As we end this tonight, let's go.
Where's the food at?
Well,
let's go.
You have a food blogger on here. You got no food?
I thought you were gonna bring it.
We serve podcasts.
Well, we have booze. We just keep boozing for calories.
I'm just kidding.
But
I did almost bring you.
But what would be
okay?
So so as I was going to end this, actually, it brought up another question that I want to bring up. And we're going to drag this on for another few minutes.
No,
and I don't give a fuck.
We'll go all night if you want.
I hate you.
I hate you too, but it's a good question. We can't bring it up. Do you think Wichita, as both of you, and this is really John too, me too, should we have a more late night options?
Well, yeah.
And the problem is a lot of those restaurant owners say, okay, Austin, okay, Fert, okay, Aaron, but people don't come in. And I'm wasting my time.
I need you to have a food truck outside of these bars in the district.
And how
the
often?
Old Town District
and what he said also will like reciprocate on this, and I'll let you go with it as far as late night. And how much do you review food trucks and stuff? So like, you give us a little bit of.
Oh, I'm huge. I'm probably the biggest food truck
and I love food trucks
there is. You know, because I go to all the
shout out to Big B's Beef.
Oh man.
Good people.
You could get a dog shit sandwich out of that place if they offered it, and I'd eat it fucking twice.
Good. It'd be amazing.
That's my number one food truck.
It is, dude. Really? It's my favorite one.
You know what? I hate the city of Chicago. I'm a Detroit guy.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm going to the Chiefs game Thursday night against the Lions.
I'm rooting for Detroit.
I'm wearing my Lions jersey.
Fuck the Kansas City Chiefs.
But I hate Chicago, but their food.
Their food's amazing there, and their music too.
Chicago, bro,
and their music, their music.
And I'll eat when I go out of town. There's Portillo's all over the country now. You know,
What is that?
Portillo's.
I don't know what that is.
Deals, yeah.
That's
I don't know what
the-
that is.
They're the ones that are famous for the Italian beef sandwich.
Oh, nice.
And they do the Chicago dog, all that
There's,
stuff.
there's a bread.
Where is that joint at?
Man, they are like a chain now. Like I ate one when we went to Disney World last year. I took the family to Disney World.
Ooh.
And there was one in Orlando, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting Chicago food in Orlando, you know?
Dude, Chicago's the coolest city in the whole United States, in my opinion.
I hate Chicago.
I love it. I fucking love
But
it.
like I said, I'm a Detroit guy. I went to Detroit here this.
Detroit just
couple
wishes
months
they were
ago.
Chicago. They're Chicago-ish.
Oh no! And
You're just like a Chicago that can't pay its bills.
All right, we're gonna have to close this out. We're gonna have to close this down.
But all jokes aside and all popping mics aside,
Fuck.
it's only been when I talk and punch.
Yeah, you're the one clipping.
yeah, just wait till this. Review.
Fuck off! I haven't even been that
You're
loud.
the one clipping.
Just wait till this.
I know.
Review
Oh, I know. I
comes
can't.
out.
I get this. I'm
Man,
dreading
I'm
it.
gonna burn you guys to the earth.
I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Just, I would say a bunch of like Satanistic Republican shit. So like we get like attraction. You know what I mean? Like give us like don't give me like a fake ass bad review. I want you to burn us to the ground. I don't want to like, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to like fall somewhere in the middle. but here we are. Let's finish this up. How can we check out everything and check out your blog? Where can we get it with Fert the Foodie? Where's all our
My
shit?
main blog is Facebook. I do have an Instagram, but I just post the pictures there. I don't do the.
So it
write-up.
transfers over.
Well, no, I do it separate. But to me, Instagram's always been a picture thing.
It's not really like a long form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and it's cool to scroll my Instagram because you can just see all the like. Just
Well, and it's good for you
endless
because you're a
pictures of
good like picture taker of food. Like,
and that's with my iPhone. That's it.
And the thing is with like bloggers, like the picture of the food matters.
Yeah.
Like, give me a quick shot of it.
Lynn. Everybody gives me shit about Lynn because I'm always doing stuff with Lynn. And he's got like an old, I don't know what he's got, but like everybody's like, man, you need to get Lynn, you need to get significant.
Yeah, it looks like you're taking a picture out of the mirror.
Yeah, you're like,
the shit that's in the mirror.
Phone.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. He'll get there one day. So check out everything, Fert the Foodie. Check out all his blogs. Check out all his reviews, and we're gonna. What's really gonna happen is what we've really stepped to tonight.
We're going to Burton.
We're going to Burton together. We really are. Let's do this.
No, I'm down.
Let's do this.
Sure, that's
and
on my list.
And I will tell you right now. Let's invent a thing. Let's invent a thing because my brain's working all the time. Let's invent a thing right now. If you can ever get us or us both ways can get like an out of town place we can go to together. We'll bring John. We'll film this shit. We'll talk to the we'll talk to fucking Ma.
If you want to make a segment out
yeah, we'll talk to.
Let's go.
So we'll go to Ma's, and I will reach out first and foremost on this first one that we're doing. I'll reach out to Ma's. I follow them. I'll reach out to them and tell them Fert the Foodie and the Aaron and Austin show want to come out there together and have a fucking and eat that big ass.
We want a meal. We want to see what this is,
and we'll pay for it. Of
course, we pay for it.
That's the one thing a lot of people, like, oh, you probably get food for free, and then you get.
Well, sometimes we do.
I support. I'm a supporter.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do.
I get free food sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
I tell people, like when I did that Gordon Ramsay thing, I had to sign a contract. I sent the contract back. I said, you need to change the wording to say a truthful review. Because I was like, just because you're giving it to me for free doesn't mean you're going to get a good review. And I tell every place that.
Goddamn right.
That's why I respect you. Just because you give me a free food,
I pay for it.
I'm still giving you a real review.
Yeah, because some places, like Huddle House, they hit me up. They were like, hey, we'll send you a gift card. And I told them, I was like, you know what? I've been to Huddle House 3 times, and it was bad all 3 times.
Every time.
I was like, if you want to take that chance,
we're going to. You heard it here live. Huddle House sucks ass.
I was like, if you want to send me the gift card and take that chance, you can. And they didn't respond. They didn't say nothing back.
I don't know.
I don't want to pile on.
They thought they were buying you.
I don't want to pile on a restaurant, but I'll straight up say Huddle House is not that great of a restaurant. Straight up.
Amen.
Straight up. So, but as we end this tonight, I think it would be a really fun segment. Let's all go out to Burton and eat that big ass chicken fried steak.
I'm so in.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that within the month. Let's do that.
Can you play our?
Let's play us out. We're gonna have a couple shots. Fuck off. We love you, Fert. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
And check out his blog. Check him out on Instagram. Check him out on Facebook. We'll have all those links in the description. Motherfucking
EB
and motherfucking Aaron and Austin show. Motherfucking cast straight bourbon whiskey from Nashville.
That was too strong.
It's too strong for Aaron.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I'm still
That was
thinking.
too strong.
That's why I'm color. That's why I'm play-by-play and he's color commentary. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
The Aaron and Austin Show is brought to you by Odell's, Wichita by EB, Kirby's Beer Store, Party Rockerz ICT, and Sacred Leaf.